Hi.
Hello. Today is Friday, July 26th, and this is our FLosstube number 57. I'm Roberta.
I'm Lenny.
And we are
the SABLE Stitchers.
If you're new here, SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy. And this is a video mostly about cross stitch and maybe some other kind of needlework kind of crafts that catch our eye. But we're just really glad you're joining us today. And if you're a return visitor, thank you. We really appreciate your time, the time that you spend with us. And if you're new here, we hope you will, if you like what you see, we hope you'll hit the subscribe and the subscribe button and the notification bell so we can keep in touch. And one of our viewers last time said she had subscribed and something happened and she was no longer subscribed. Who knows? I have no idea. Whatever goes on with YouTube and that kind of thing. But we're really close to a milestone that we hope to celebrate with you, hopefully on our next video. And so if you would check and make sure you're subscribed, we'd appreciate it. So
thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your kind comments. And we sure had fun. Got to visit with some of you at Midsummer Stitch.
Yes.
Oh, that was so much fun. We've never done anything like that before. So it was fun to read the questions and talk to y'all, and just wish we could have seen you, but it was a lot of fun. So thank you, Stephanie Webb from LaDDa Stitches, for putting that on, and it really was nice to have a conversation with y'all out there.
And just in case you're not sure what we're talking about, the Midsummer Stitch was a remote retreat put on by Stephanie from LaDDa Stitches. She's the same person who does the Jingle Ball and did the Superb Owl event, Super Bowl weekend, which we were kind of tied up on that weekend, luckily.
Yeah.
So,
because we love owls.
Yes.
One thing I wanted to say, hi to Phoebe. That's Stephanie's daughter. So she liked our video and started a project. So welcome, Phoebe.
Well, we're always excited to hear about new stitchers. Yeah, we were really, and Stephanie had contacted us about a month or so ago and asked if we would host a remote stitching table at the event. So we were on Saturday morning for a couple of hours, and the time just flew by. I couldn't believe it.
It was so fast. I know sitting in a dentist chair for 2 hours does not go that fast.
And so people had the opportunity to ask questions through the chat. I hope we answered all of them, but I brought just a couple of things that went with the questions. Someone had asked how we stored floss, and this is how I'm starting to store my DMC floss. I have it on a ring. I have these acrylic tags. They're just kind of thick. I think there's thinner ones, but I think my DMC, this is fine. This is through the 22 through 895, so I'll have to have several rings to store all my DMC.
I did bring mine, Sharon. Sorry. Mine's not near as... This is how I do mine. Whoops. Some just fell off. At the end? That's the end.
Oh, that end.
Oh. Yeah, this end. Okay. This one comes from my closet. I hang it up in my closet. So I just put it on a rod. Oh, can you hold one end? Okay. I just got these little Amazon craft tags, and I keep the first one is 0 through 300.
This is all your DMC?
This is all my DMC, except for the ones I haven't put back yet. But anyway, and then these are my...
Well, that's really organized. It takes a while to do all that.
Yeah, 0 to 299 or whatever. Then 300, 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 3 O's, and then the 3 3s and 3 4s, and if there's any in that grouping, and then the 3 8s. So that's how I keep mine, and they're just hanging up in the closet. So I hope that gives I tried to explain it, but I don't know if it came through. Anyway, that's how we both do our kind of the same. And then on my variegated floss. They're on the same ring. I don't put them on a rod. They're just in a basket, but they're still in alphabetical order by manufacturer. So it's classic Colorworks, Weeks, Gentle.
The same thing. They're on their own ring.
And in alphabetical order.
And then I was also talking about how on the bags that are not vinyl front, how I keep track of what's in there. And these are the tags I use. It's nothing super fancy. I know a lot of people, and I think Lenny does this, will print out pictures of the project.
Yeah, but I use those too because
yeah, so I just use these and attach it usually like to the zipper, and we'll have the name of the project. So just want to mention that.
Okay.
What else is new with you?
Well, again, great news on Ike. I had called my girls and I says, your dad's been released. And, because that was the word that they used, that you've been released from your treatment. And neither one of them, I sent it through a text. I wasn't thinking, I'm thinking, he's free from the hospital. But anyway, both daughters called, released from what? And I went, well, jail, of course. No, he's been released from all his treatment. His wound is healed. He's just got a little low Band-Aid on it. It is completely closed up.
It's been such a long journey for you guys.
It was a year, last April, so April to now. So
you kept the faith, and you kept, you maintained hope, and finally worked
had a lot
out.
of support from friends and family and prayers, and so I had to pass on the good news. So I'm going to get in the pool, but still have to be careful. I tell you, that guy, he's still going to be the death of me yet. Oh. We got home, we passed the news on, and he missed the last step going down and fell. So,
Oh, no.
And I said, if this happens again, you're going to the Holiday Inn. But anyway, he was okay. He just slipped on the carpet. But we have great news, so happy. And, just normal summer stuff.
Yeah, at this past couple of weekends, Mr. Sable and I have gone on garden tours, and they're actually water garden tours. So all of these places we've visited locally have had either like a pond, a waterfall, a
water in the garden.
And a lot of them have also had garden trains. And so I'll just scroll a couple pictures here of the gardens we've visited. And most of them have actually been like do-it-yourself projects rather than professional installations. And just the ingenuity and the creativity of the people, and just the time that it takes to maintain all these is just amazing and inspiring. We just thought it was really... My husband said I dragged him on these tours, but he got some good ideas too. So.
He enjoyed them too.
And then I just want to let you know about a couple of upcoming retreats that people notified me about. One is a guild retreat, and it's Vintage Stitchers, which is hosting a retreat in Northern California. And you do have to be a member of the guild to go to this retreat. The date is November 16th through 18th. And let's see, it's in Murphy's, California at Murphy's Suites. And the fee to join the Vintage Stitchers EGA is $76, but some people are already members of EGA, so if you are already a member and join Vintage Stitchers, then it's only $16, and then the additional retreat fee is $60. So if you're interested in that, I have that up on the website, and you can find more information there and the link to sign up. And then also Grace Note Stitchers has one coming up really soon, but they still have some openings. So this will take place at the Hyatt Place in Allentown, Pennsylvania. The dates are August 8th through the 11th. And what's included in the registration, they will have a pop-up shop, there will be trunk shows, freebie table, door prizes, a retreat booklet with designs, swag bag, and a brag table. So if that's something you're interested in, Please check out the website, and there's a link there for their Facebook group and also an email address in case you want to find out more and get registered for that one.
Sounds like fun.
Yep.
I want to go to a mall.
I know.
Anyway.
I thought you said you wanted to go to a mall.
Oh. No, I'm past the mall stage. I want to go to the mall.
Oh, okay. Do you have your book?
I do have my book.
I just updated mine. So it's fun.
I did too. So, stitched every day. Started 4, finished 3. I think one of them was the same one. But anyway, just a lot of fun. And one thing about it being hot outside is you stay inside and stitch.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Then here's mine. I'm still working a lot in the garden, and I'm getting closer. Well, I'm pretty much done planting. I'm going to take one more thing, I think, out of a pot and put it in the ground. But just now to keep up with watering. So let's have a little more stitching time. And I finished 2, and one was also a start this month for Colorado Cross Stitchers Cross Stitch Camp. So
Okay.
All right.
Always something to do. Never a dull moment. All right. I don't have any fully finished, but I did finish. My daughter had bought me this book back when I first started, the first year that I was cross stitching. She just thought this book was so colorful and had all kinds of happy words, happy, like no act of kindness, however small. Well, I can't. But anyway, just a really nice book. Well, she picked one out, and she picked out, Start Each Day with a Grateful Heart. She's a preschool director. She has little kids from 2.5 to 5, and she's got a lovely staff. They're just all friends and love what they do, but that's what I was working on, and I finished it. I worked really hard on it these past 2 weeks, and I got her all done. So, it's by Emma Condon. I thought I had it inside out. I should be so lucky to have it. Not backwards. Start Each Day with a Grateful Heart. I'm going to find a really fun, happy frame, colorful frame to do it. Not real sure how, if it's going to be a heart frame or I'm going to use a rectangle frame and a heart. I don't know yet, but just kind of play with it until I find the right thing. But anyway, I worked on that pretty much these last 2 weeks, so I'm so happy to have it done and have it ready for her for the first day of school. I think I've only had it for 2 years, so kids are graduating by now.
And that's on Ada with DMC?
It's 25. It's a 25 count white. I'm going to call it even weave. I think I got it from Fat Quarter Shop. So it finishes up, if you do it
there's my pen.
over 2, it actually winds up 12 and a half stitches instead of the 14 Ada count. So it's a little bit bigger than the 14 Ada.
But that's a good size.
But we wanted it bigger, and I mean we might even add a mat to it. You know, we want a nice size picture to put, and I definitely will put glass on it because all those little kids coming in with, I'm sure they bring in a lot of little dirt and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my finish for the week.
Very cute.
So happy.
So the project that I started and finished this month was for Colorado Cross Stitch's Sherry Colorado Cross Stitch Summer Camp, and this is a kit that we had received a couple of years ago at a Quilter Station retreat, and I know a lot of our stitching friends and our stitch group have finished it, and I always kind of wanted to change the colors and wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But I decided, I got this stitching mat earlier this year that I showed you. This was a part of a fundraiser for Sampler Guild of the Rockies. It's on this beautiful Blackbird Designs fabric. And so I used these colors. I pulled from these colors to make the name tag. And I did the name tag over one on, I think, 36 count, and this is how it turned out. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to see if I have a similar fabric to this, cover a little bit of tag board with this, and then, maybe glue the name tag to
fabric, that. If you don't have
I think I might have
I'm almost positive I do.
Was it like a layer cake or something? So I think I do have that too. So anyway, I was going to do either that or like a coordinating one, do a little paper backing for this, and then I can just kind of take my name tag with me. And
you did so good.
This is a magnetic one.
Oh, that's
this is
nice.
kind of what I prefer. Yeah. So anyway, I can let you know what the colors are. I think I had put this on my Instagram and listed the colors there. But basically, I changed it and I added the red. The dark red was part of the kit. There was a couple of them that were part of the kit. It was the dark red and then this is the floss that we got with the kit. So I used the darker red, the rose colored, and then I used 2 shades of green, and I changed the shade of gold to match it. And so
how sweet.
And now I'm sending this on to a friend who really liked the pattern. So
fun.
Yeah, I really appreciated that challenge because I've been thinking about that a long time and just wasn't sure what to do, and so Sherry really inspired me.
Good job and get it done. The other thing I worked on, I worked on 3 things this last 2 weeks. So this was my other one. Get the book out. It's from a bag from Joyful Stitching. I just think it's got little owls on it, owls on the back. It's quilted. It's just a really cute bag. Well, I am doing, I think Roberta and I both are doing this. Put it on it's in the back. We are doing Mighty Acorn. And I'm doing it, called for 36 Rand. I didn't have 36, but I had 18. So I went ahead and started it. And this is what I've got done so far. And I am using the Vicki Clayton silks 1/1. And I think it's going to be pretty.
Mm-hmm. Looks great on that color.
It really, really does. But I like to work on it during the day because at nighttime, gosh, those muted colors. I'm using. Let's see if I can get this up. The Vicki Claytons, and they all look kind of this. I guess you really can't see, but they're really easy to get mixed up. So I'm trying really hard. But I'm having fun with it, and the 18 count is fun to stitch on. So,
it's really pretty.
So anyway, that's my second whip.
Then I had a FFO. I think I showed you my completed design last time, but I wanted to get it fully finished. And I wanted to try out one of these book finishes that Teresa Kogut does so much of.
Gosh, that looks so good.
Well, thank you. I had a blue book, and the flag turned out to be just a little too large for that. It's kind of large for this red one too, but this is actually, what is it? Echoes Past and Present. I think it's actually a book about the history of a church. But I thought that red was pretty, and it'll sit up very nicely. And so that's my finish of Grand Old Flag by Teresa Kogut. So I will pack that away for next summer.
The Mighty Acorn I forgot to say, it came from the Winds of Autumn book by Blackbird. And there isn't a project in here that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done a couple of them so far. And then I did kit this all up before I got the Vicki Clayton silks, and this is all the colors that are in the book.
Yeah,
it's really kind of gnarly, but so I'll be ready. I can open the book and just start stitching.
Yes, so pretty.
So
pretty.
I know, it's just so fallish. So yes, this is a great book. Okay.
So I had 2 whips, and one of them I just did a little bit of progress on. I think I did this when we were on a Zoom call with a friend, and this is Plum Street Samplers American Welcome, and I just finished the house.
Oh,
I
yay.
was working on doing the house down there, so got one of, I think, 3 or 4 houses done. It just isn't that big, but there's some pretty dense stitching in that, so I want to continue working on that.
Very pretty.
Did you have another whip?
I have my last whip is the Halloween whip. It's Harvest Moon, I think is the name of it. It's a Etsy, and I showed it last week, and I don't have a cover for it, so I'm just going to do like
Okay.
And I got the crow done, and I'm working on the pumpkin. So, and I think this fabric, I was trying to think of the name of it, and I think I found it, and it was Cyprian. I don't know who makes it, but I think I'm saying it right.
It's really cute. You're really close on that.
I am. I had the pumpkin done a little bit further, but I was off 1/2 row. So I took it off. And
it made that big a difference?
It did. I mean, I tried to fix it.
Great fall colors.
But the orange, I can't wait to finish the pumpkin because it's outlined in dark orange, and then it's got the neon orange in the middle. But it looks really good, I think. And then it's got some stems on it. But anyway, hopefully I'll have this done by next time. Then I can start some more crows. Oh, yeah. Not that I have any, So, and I have it in this little bag, and I'm sorry, I don't have her name anymore. But this was actually, I got it. Yeah, I got it on Etsy.
So cute.
But it's actually stitched and heavy stitched, and it's outlined and then made. It's just one of those things. I was on Etsy, I saw it, and it was only one, and I go, mine. And anyway, so that's fun.
So we don't know who designed that either.
No, I'm going to look. Maybe I can look back at my Etsy.
Who did that pattern?
No, we have no idea. It
really
came like
cute.
this. So, and maybe
someone did a lot of work.
They did. It's probably an older pattern.
Because there's a lot of back stitching.
A lot of back stitching. But I love it. So.
Well, I have certainly been in the fall mood too. I don't like to rush the seasons, but it's almost August here, and so you do kind of get to thinking about fall. So I pulled, this is another kit that we got at one of the retreats we went to, where we saw LaDDa Nametag from Chessie and me, and it's this needle roll. Again, I know a lot of the gals in our stitch group have finished this. So this is on 36 count buttermilk, and got to working on the house.
Yay. Gosh, that house is, colors are beautiful, fabric is gorgeous.
I'm really enjoying that.
It's got alphabets. Oh, it's just beautiful,
Yeah.
Roberta.
That's been a lot of fun to pull that out and work on that. So I still have quite a bit. Getting the house done will be good, but I know these are like satin stitched. The roof is satin stitched, and I can't wait to get down to that berry bowl. And then there's a little scissor fob, and then there's also, let's see, I don't think I have a picture of the inside. There's things to stitch on the inside where you store your needles and that sort of thing. So it'll be really
It's a fun thing to finish.
I know. Oh, I love this. I really want to get this done this year.
I think you've heard us talk about April from Crafty Blue Bonnet. I had just picked up another one of her little spools. I think are so cute. She has a number of spools that are coming up, and maybe a special one coming up. But this is of the little candy corn, so I'm gonna start that too. She's got so many cute ones. Check her out, Crafty Blue Bonnet.
Here's the inside. Here's the picture of what
there
the
you go.
inside looks like. And we have the kit, so we got the wool for this, as well as enough fabric to do these cute little motifs on the inside.
Get right on that, Rose.
I will. Too bit to doing that fruit basket twice.
It's just been so hot out here. It has been so hot.
Yeah, it sounds like next week's going to be really bad.
It's
How hot has it been, Lenny?
It's so hot that I bought a loaf of bread, and by the time I got it home, it was toast. All right, I'm through with my whips.
Me too.
Okay, do you have any haul? We're going really fast this time.
No, I don't.
Well, I got a couple little things. My daughter, I love to death, all of them. She bought this for me. She saw it on Etsy, and she bought it, and it says "Home is where your mom is," and it's a little embroidered house and flowers and sunshine, and I don't know if you can see all the little embroidered pieces. So just wanted to share that with you. It's going to hang up on my shelf forever and ever. And then I said, then you can have it. And she says, well, then I'll be sad. Oh. So, and I'm so excited. I just got it today from my for the Olympics tonight. I wasn't sure it was going to come in, but it's the gnomes, which I'm not a gnome person, but my gosh, this is the cutest little pattern. It's got the gnomes doing different Olympics. He's jumping over 3 sheep, and he's diving into a little blow-up swimming pool, and he's riding a little tricycle for bikes. And this guy's got weights with little fruit baskets on the end of it. This guy's boxing. This guy's napping. And then the podium, which is mushrooms for gold medal and bronze. So anyway, and it's I have fabric. It's all DMC, and I'm gonna start it tonight.
Do you know what the 2 new events are this year? I just did a quiz on this morning. One of them is breakdancing.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, is it lacrosse? It's breakdance, but I was like, one of them I know is breakdancing. Is one of the new Olympic events this year.
We were watching AGT this week, and one of the guys was on pogo sticks, and they were trying to get pogo sticks in the Olympics. And these guys were really amazing, but
they probably make it look easy.
Oh yeah,
don't go out and try that now.
No, I'm afraid to get on the swing in the backyard, fall down, break a hip. But anyway, I got that, and then I got this little bag this time from Joanna, 1966. It looks like
that's so pretty.
A little log cabin, and the inside is just little polka dots. And one of my new efforts I'm going to try is strawberries, making actual strawberries. So I bought from Hollis Hand Creates from Erica Michaels as autumn berries, and it's got 3 little strawberries for fall. And then I got one from Tralala that has a snowman and Santa Claus. So I've been watching some tutorials, and I want to make one of those.
And if you have issues,
can you help me? Mm-hmm. And then I got one last bag. This is from Katie's Posies. It's just it could be for 4th of July, but I just thought it was, I have a
You don't think that's a person who did the other one? This one? Because it's kind of like a Rescue the Stitches one.
Yeah, well, it's not stitched. It's just fabric. When I saw it, I thought it was stitched.
That was really pretty.
But I've got a Blackbird, America the Beautiful, I think. And it's got the big rose and the flag, and I think I'll put that in there for future. And then I got my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop, so for July. Okay, that's it for me.
My haul is I've been going into Hobby Lobby looking for that wood bowl. Still have not found it.
I've looked for the wood bowl, but I don't know what wood bowl, and there's a lot of wood bowls, and I could buy them a lot.
It's not pumpkin shaped, but every time I go in, I come out with a vase, and so those little glass vases up there, I thought they were really cute for fall, and this one I got at home, and I was like, is this a defective one? So let's see this really quick. So I was like,
oh, that amber glass.
This is so cute.
Oh.
But can you see it has this bump in the back? And I thought, is that defective?
Oh, it might be just the way the glass was blown.
They all are like that.
Oh.
So that is just, I was like, did I get a defective one? So next time I went back in, I checked, and they're all like that. So I got it thinking it was just going to be like this oval one like that. I thought that would be really pretty with like a little
the reflection is really
sunflower in it or something. But
yeah.
anyway. So.
They have some beautiful silk flowers. I didn't buy anything, but I made the most beautiful bouquet of silk flowers.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, okay, I know what I want now. And then I put them back. And I mean, they were on sale. I don't know. I just had a quick minute and wanted to go in there.
So I know some of the different shops are going to be showing previews of what's coming out for Stitch Expo in August. So I'm excited to see, because I know if you are wondering why I'm looking for the pumpkin bowl, it's because Tanya Brockmeyer said she's creating something just for this bowl that she had found like over a month ago now. And so I'm waiting for Stitch Expo to come out to see what that is. But
look at that.
So
I love that. What's that book?
So this book is, I think it came out last year. This is another fall book that is just another Blackbird book where you just want to do everything in it. We actually received this piece, and there's another one received as a part of a retreat that we were at. That one. And I did do this already. And I want to do the little squirrel one. But I really want to, this is what I think is going to be my Olympic stitches, because, getting ready for fall. I love this long pillow on the toweling.
I do too.
I bought some of the toweling at Quilter Station. I think I have enough to do just one.
Do you think that's a 40 count, or do you think that's a 36? It kind of looks like...
What does it say? It just says toweling. I don't know that it has like a count on it.
Oh, that's perfect.
40-ish,
that's
anyway.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so Rita had this in stock, so I went ahead and got it. And then I think I don't know that I have all the colors, but I'm just going to try to pick from my stash to do the linens on that. And then the other piece I would really love to start in here is Token of Love. One of their little
How could you go wrong with any of them? I love that blue house.
I thought this would look really, well, maybe this is probably what it's on. No, this is done on Ren. But I thought also would be really pretty on this doubloon, 36 count doubloon from Picture This Plus. That would be really pretty. So that's what I am hoping to start in the next few days.
Okay.
All right. So we were going to, go ahead.
You know how hot it is?
How hot is it, Lenny?
I saw a bird pick a worm out of the ground with oven mitts. That's how hot it is today.
Sometimes we have one of our hoses sitting out on our, the rocks that go around our house. And boy, when you start running it, you have to let it run a while, because
the water's so hot.
I don't want to cook the plants when I'm trying to water them.
Okay.
But, so anyway, we were going to do something just a little different today. It's going to be a new school year, and I don't know if you or someone might be thinking about starting a FLosstube. Sometimes to me that's
school years always kind of remind me of
a new beginnings. Yeah.
So it's kind of like our January.
Anyway, it's not that, I'm saying we're experts in what it takes.
She's more of an expert than I am.
In what it takes to film a FLosstube. But we were thinking, I know I benefited from watching some videos when I was getting ready to film, and we just thought we would share some things that we've learned in a year and a half of filming these videos, and just in case it might be helpful to you. Or is it 2.5 years?
It's 2.5 years. And to be, and the kind of a background, when I started watching FLosstube, I thought, that looks like something fun to do, but I am so technically challenged. And when I went to a Stitch Club for the first time, and I saw Christy Green from Daisy K Primitives and Christine Hollis from Hollis Hands Creates, and I was fanning. I mean, it was just like, these girls do FLosstube, and they're in this group. And so I had gone up to Christy and I said, I think about doing a FLosstube all the time, but I really don't know anything about technology. And she did say, Lenny, if I can do it, you can do it. And I think that's what we want to share that you don't have to be a wizard to do a floss tube, but it is nice to have some tips.
Yeah, and so like when I was thinking about doing it, I watched some videos that had tips for new floss tubers. One of them was, and if you aren't familiar with these, I just want to mention these in case you want to look at them too. Teresa Kogut, Kitten Stitcher, several years ago now, she did a workshop at Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, and it was on how to film a floss tube. And so I remember she asked her viewers, what would you like floss tubers to know? And so she has those tips on a video that she filmed. And then Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts came out and talked about the software she uses for her editing. And at about the same time, Cynthia Brew from Stitching in the Light had one on kind of do's and don'ts for floss tubers. And then she also had, at the time, I guess Lenny said she didn't think the link was working. She had a PDF with some tips on it that I know I had printed out.
Yeah,
So-
her name of that tutorial was Grow a Floss Tube.
Okay.
So, and I just watched it this morning, and had lots of good information.
Yeah. So, but let us know what tips you'd like new floss tubers to know, or just even those of us who've been filming together, or filming a while, what you think would be helpful for us to know. So, I guess my number one tip is to think about, why do you want to do a floss tube? I think Lenny and my goal is we want to create community.
Yeah.
And so we also want to take away some of the mystery about attending retreats, because we love attending retreats. We've met so many great people through going to retreats, plus getting to see the designers. It's so inspiring.
And we all have something in common.
Yeah. And but seeing the designers, seeing their trunk shows is very inspiring, and seeing what other people are stitching. So we just wanted to share our experiences at retreats, and then also through the website listing, so that you have a resource that you can go to look through and see one that appeals to you.
And I think Roberta had picked out our name, and I love our name. But that was one of the things that was a tip that I had taken away from watching some of these tutorials, was to think about your name, and what you want to convey with your name. As we were getting together and all our patterns, and again, Roberta did this, and it was just so awesome when we added mine. It's just like, oh gosh, we got to live to 400 before we can stitch all this. But
and it's not like I made the acronym up. I'd heard it other places, but it was like, it's kind of like not taking ourselves so seriously, because the fact is we just both love collecting
I know,
patterns
and that is two hobbies, collecting and bags. I told myself 1 bag a month. I think I'm up to 3 or 4, but and they all have something in it, so it's not like I'm buying bags and they're just sitting around empty. But it was better than the Ziploc bags that I was using before. But yeah, think about your name, because I think that says something about what you want to tell people that you have.
Yeah.
So,
and then I would say, think about the time commitment that's involved. And because I will say it takes time to gather things together to do a video. Depending on how you like to run things, I usually try to do show notes. It takes time to gather my thoughts, and so
she has a lot.
Try to be a little more focused than otherwise. So I want to have a little more of a formal script to follow. So it's because otherwise I'm going to forget things and be like, oh darn, I should have mentioned that. I wanted to mention that, and then it takes time to film, and then it takes time to clean up afterwards. And
then
for
takes
Lenny,
time
you have to gather things together and
take
come
home,
here.
and then I gotta make sure that they got back in the right bag, because it's like, where'd that floss go? But anyway, but we enjoy doing it, and I mean,
oh yes,
we really do.
Yeah,
we love sharing with you guys.
But I just want to be upfront that there is a time commitment, and then not everyone edits videos, but if you are wanting to edit your video, it can take, sometimes it's a breeze. It goes really fast. Sometimes it can take me 5 hours. We've done some videos where we will do like a market preview. And so if I'm inserting pictures of things that we're talking about, it takes a while to dig up those pictures and save them and then upload them to the video. So, I just want to let you know it does take a significant amount of time to do these. And then, and people like to know the names of designers. So sometimes it's spending time looking up the designers and tracking that. Well,
but
you didn't know.
No, I didn't know, and I was just stitching away at home, and I'm not keeping track of patterns. And I did have some people who, when I got started, had gifted me with some fabric, but they didn't have names on them. But I'm beginning to tell a little bit more as I'm stitching along. But everything I do now, I do keep track of, if I can.
And then how often will you film? How often will you have enough content to film? So my input is I feel like it's helpful to be consistent because people, for what we do, people I think like to kind of get to know us and, and on people I follow, I like to see things from them consistently because you do feel like they're kind of like your friends.
I know, and it's like, it's Friday night.
What has so been up to?
Right. So so we try to be consistent.
And so, but when I first started, and this is one of the things I took away from Cynthia's video, she talked about, 3 or 4 weeks, every 3 or 4 weeks. If you are doing it on your own, it might take 3 or 4 weeks before you have enough to film. So, but there's some people who have enough to do it weekly.
I tip my hat to you guys because
it's a lot easier with 2 of us because we have something. We have a few things to show.
But like I only stitched on 3 things this past 2 weeks, and if Roberta didn't have anything, it was like that'd be a very short video.
Yeah.
But again, I don't like to go too long either.
No,
because I like to visit with you guys.
Well, and I think I think I remember this from Teresa's video. She said, people say they miss seeing people, or they wonder if something happened.
Right.
So if you have something come up and you're going to be gone for an extended period, if you just let your viewers know, I think that just that's a good, to me that would be a good practice. And then how long will your videos be? And it kind of varies. Sometimes our videos have been, we've been time crunched, and I think our shortest was maybe at 45. A lot of times they're an hour and a half because between the 2 of us, depending on what we are talking about, we might have a lot of things to show. And I know we get comments. Most of the people who watch our videos say they like the longer videos, but some people will say I can't invest that much time, and
that's okay.
And so
we're there.
Yeah, just be aware of what you want to do, I guess, or what works for you. I would say invest in a microphone, just as this is what...
And plug it in.
Yeah, plug it in. Well, we only had once that happened. This is what I use. I got this, I think, on the second video I filmed. This is something Teresa Kogut recommended. It's called a snowball, I think. And it seems like it picks things up really well. I've taken it to retreats and used it to when we filmed some of the stitchers, and it seemed like it picked up their voices really well
more
without
than
being
the background.
Mm-hmm. So, and then we do have a ring light too. I'm kind of up on the air, and I just know that like in the winter, sometimes it just looked like it was kind of dark even with the lights on. So I do have a ring light, but I'm up on the air, and maybe I'm just not
it's working
using
good
how
today.
to use it. But
I don't have alien eyes today.
It's off to the side. So yeah, if you ever have glasses, sometimes I have to tilt this so the ring light's not reflecting in that. But I think most people do use a ring light because we're showing fabric, and we want fabric and stitching, and we want you to get the most out of seeing whatever we're showing. You have something else?
No.
Okay. Well, just pop in whenever.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Oh, you got some tips going.
So one of the things I learned right away, you film using an Android phone, and I have the front of the phone towards us so we can see what we're filming. If you have an Android phone that you're filming on, you're probably going to have to flip your video because otherwise everything's going to be backwards. And the first video I put up, there was like 3 of us who filmed our first video that week, and it was like we were all backwards. So that's why there's a way, and I just Googled it, looked it up. It's easy. It's just another step you have to take, but you might have to flip your video before uploading. And I was going to say, do you or someone close to you have the technical ability, or do you enjoy learning how to use technology? Because I will say I know a lot of people film and put it up without editing, and that's fine. I appreciate seeing those videos, but I feel at least for me, if we have a break where we're having to look for something, or we say something wrong and correct ourselves, or just who knows what, to me it's nice to be able to edit. Like I said, we can put things in, videos or pictures from retreats or things that we're talking about. So I like to have that ability. And I started off with the editing software recommended by Olivia, and after a couple of years the price just shot up, and I was hoping if I said, I'm going to have to leave, I can't pay this, that, I would be able to stay with them. And it was like, well, sorry, see you go. So there's a learning curve to learning to use new software, even though it's pretty easy, but it's not, they're not all the same. So we are using different software now, and it took me a while to figure out how to use that one. Then the first one wrote after I'd been with this other one about a month and said, hey, we want you back. Here's the lower cost. It's like, well, you should have said that. I know. Yeah. It's like a little late now. So, yeah. And then I would say, are you okay with being recognized? Because... Oh, yeah. Because you do get recognized in other cities. You get recognized at Hobby Lobby.
At airports. And it's fun. Yeah. It's humbling. We're just in our little part of the world over here and sharing with the world. But
people will recognize your voice, and
I had a headband on one day, and I was in the hobby shop because I would wear headbands, and she recognized me by the headband. And my grandkids were with me, and they thought that was cool.
Well, I was passing a hotel bar, and a guy's like, are you on TV or something? And it was the husband of a lady. He was like, oh, my wife watches you all the time. So you could be recognized by, spouses. You could be recognized. So just be sure you're going to be okay with that. Is that going to make you change your routine or, do things differently if you're recognized? And, what comes along with that is people feel like they know you. Mm-hmm. Which, because we talk about our lives and that kind of thing. And so are you okay with that? And with the kind of comments people make? I really think that, people are genuinely kind. By far, they are genuinely kind. But I think sometimes, because it's one of these mediums, if people are leaving comments, it's not like you can see their facial expressions, all the nonverbal, cues kind of thing. So I think sometimes things come across differently than what they mean. And so I feel like you really need to have a little bit of a thick skin, or just be very cognizant of that and not take things personally.
Don't take things to heart. Mm-hmm. And personal. All your kind comments, of course, I take to heart. But if someone says something that's just maybe a little off, you don't know what they meant when they said it, and sometimes you do. So move on.
Yeah, and if someone does say something unkind, is that going to stick? Is that, that's what human nature, right? Well, dang, one person out of 1,000 said something
so
unkind,
what do you think, and that's the one.
Well, why would they say that and all that? Because that's just human nature, right? So, and then be yourself, right? We're.
What are you looking at me for?
Because you were like, you're snickering. I'm reserved. I'm naturally reserved.
I'm so shy.
So, I mean, but that's who
But
we are.
yes, but just be yourself. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You know, you can fix it, or you can't fix it. You know,
You can
or you
correct,
just laugh
come
at
on,
yourself.
Yeah,
and,
come on next time. And like the time I kept saying Shaker instead of Quaker or whatever, it's like, well, that's me. That's
Home
how I go.
Depot instead of Hobby Lobby.
That's how No, I think the opposite. I said Hobby Lobby.
You said
So-
Hobby
so-
Lobby. She was eating lettuce at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. So
plastic
anyway,
lettuce?
yeah, I mean, and we laugh at ourselves, right? We don't
That's what I
take
said.
ourselves
We
too serious.
like to be humorous, and that's why we like.
But
to
we
leave
love
you
our
with a smile.
stitching. So
Oh,
we
we're
do
so
love
passionate
sharing
about
our
our stitching,
yeah.
and we do such different stitching. So
I don't know. What else was I going to say about that? I just think, yeah, it just reminded me. Well, it reminded me of the Bible verse where we can't all how the analogy to a body, like we can't all be feet, we can't all be hands, we can't all be head or whatever, and so. We all have different gifts and different personalities, but it takes all of us to make up the community. So, and I was thinking about fruit. We can't all be nuts.
what? You can't? Darn.
So,
anyway. It's just it is a fun media that we get to share it with you all, and I think it would be hard for me if I had to do it by myself. But that's me.
It definitely was hard for me.
And because I'm old. But, I use a typewriter. So, but I love doing this, and I hope we get to do it for a long time. And I hope you all think about starting your own. I always watch the first ones, those first floss tubes that come out. It's number one. I
usually do that too.
I always watch you all because I just want to send out some love to you guys. And I know what it takes to get to sit at a dining room table and talk to a phone. So, but I don't think of you guys as a phone. I mean, I really do picture our friends out there, and I've become comfortable with this.
And we do hope if you see us, you will say something.
Please say hi,
because we like to get to know
and we
you.
want to see you too. So if you're thinking about it. Watch some of those floss tubes out there. There's some good information. Take some of our tips to heart. And I remember before ever even meeting Roberta. Well, no, I take that back. It was after we met. But I was always thinking about a name. So I knew I was going to do it somehow. I'd have to figure out how to start a floss tube. So when Roberta asked me, I thought, oh yeah, she can do all the hard work, and I'm just going to sit here and laugh. So anyway, thank you. But you can do it. I know you can.
Yeah, and then let us know in your comments what you would like Flosstubers to know, and if you're a prospective Flosstuber or an existing one and just kind of interested as we are, feel free to look through those comments and see what people would want us to know. So then, do you have another joke?
I do have. It is so hot here.
Oh no, how hot is it?
It is so hot that chickens were laying hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, that'd be painful.
Yeah. Ow! Okay.
So, we had a giveaway last week, and the keyword was spell, and here was the winner.
Oh, goody. Is this her?
Uh-huh.
Allison Ferber, 5474. And your comment was, love seeing all the crow patterns. I'm going to look through my stash and see if I have something to start. Thanks for the great video. I worked on Madame Chantilly's Halloween town as I watched. Spell. So I will get your Castina spell out.
Well, send us your address. Send me your address at sablestitcher22@gmail.com, and so that we can get this out to you. And like I said, we're coming up on
There it is.
That's a great book.
Lots of things in it. And really, the reason I actually have 3 of these. But
I had that too because I had 2 of the little patterns and that came out in the book. So.
Well, I thought I was buying the box. And so the second time was an accident. So the third time I thought I was buying the box. And then when the pattern came in, I go, oh my gosh, you have 3 of them? So I've shared my second one. And so here's my third one. So I'll get it right out to you. After you do all the things that Roberta said.
And hopefully we will be back in 2 weeks and be able to celebrate a milestone with you all. Yay. And have a few giveaways to celebrate that. We are planning to do another Zoom call probably in September, the first part of September, just kind of get through August and holiday or, vacation and summer kind of things. And then we'll try to get back on maybe a monthly schedule of doing Zoom calls. And we'll probably do so when we come back, what will that be? It'll be August, early August.
It'll be before our trip to Springfield. Let's see, 26.
Maybe the day before?
Oh, the day before we go to Springfield.
So the 9th.
August
9th. Okay. So we will...
and then the next one, the 23rd, we will both have been to our retreats. What you have?
No, mine's not until September.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
But
I just wanted to hurry up and get here.
But maybe on the 23rd we will draw for Zoom winners and then have that like an early...
And maybe do some of our fall.
Yeah. That would be fun. All right.
Okay. Well, I have a bedtime story. It's a little bit longer than usual. It's a little bit different than I usually do. But I think you'll like it. Okay. A cowboy named Bud was overseeing his herd in a remote mountainous pasture in Montana when suddenly a brand new BMW advanced toward him in a cloud of dust. The driver, a young man in a designer suit and Gucci shoes and Ray-Ban sunglasses and designer tie, leaned out of the window and asked the cowboy, if I tell you how many cows and calves you have in your herd, will you give me a calf? Bud looked at the man, who obviously was a yuppie, then looked at his peacefully grazing herd and calmly answered, sure, why not? The yuppie parked his car, whipped out his laptop, connected to the iPhone, surfed to the NASA page on the internet, where he called up a GPS satellite to get an exact fix on his location, and then scanned the area in an ultra-high resolution photo. He then exported the photo to an image processing facility in Hamburg, Germany. Within seconds, the image was processed and the data stored. Finally, he printed out a full-color 150-page report on his high-tech, miniaturized laser jet, turned to Bud and said, you have exactly 1,586 cows and calves. That's right. Well, I guess you can take one of my calves, said Bud. He watched the young man select one of the animals and looked in amusement as he stuffed it in the trunk of his car. Then Bud said to the young man, hey, if I tell you exactly what your business is, will you give me back my calf? The young man thought about it for a second and then said, okay, why not? Bud said, you're a member of Congress. Wow, that's correct. How did you guess that? No guess required. You showed up here even though nobody called you. You want to get paid for an answer I already knew to a question I never asked. You use millions of dollars worth of equipment trying to show me how much smarter than me you are, and you don't know a thing about working people or making a living, or about cows. For that matter, this is a herd of sheep. Now give me back my dog. The end. I just thought that was funny.
All right.
Okay. I guess that's it for the day.
Yeah, and we will stitch our little hearts out, and we will have more to show next time, and maybe do a pattern parade on fall, or because we'll
start bringing it out.
Yeah,
we've got fall and Halloween. And
I get so excited for fall, but especially this next week when it's going to be in the 90s. But
I have my nieces, my sister's granddaughters, this week for the first time, so I'm excited about that. So,
all right,
the only little girls I've played with since my own were little girls, so I'm excited.
Oh, that'll be fun. I'll bring back good memories.
I hope so. All right, everybody, we love you all.
We do. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.